Hello to the Batman statue collector community. Chris has asked me to do a review for you guys, so I'll try my best. I actually received this about 2 weeks ago, I think now, and I got around to now doing the review. It's been a bit busy the last couple of weeks. She's not too bad. It's Prime 1 Green Lantern. First thing obviously you can notice is the very bright metallic green on it. It does have light ups on it. The Green Lantern ring there lights up, which is behind, if I can get it behind there. I will turn it on later to show you. And the chest piece, that lights up. And the lantern, that lights up. It's actually a switch under there where the batteries and everything go. Same for the chest emblem there. The batteries actually go up in size. Actually, one of the negatives of the statue is the batteries are hard to get in and turn on, particularly the torso one for the chest there. They take button batteries. But for the statue itself, it's actually not too bad. I know some of you have asked about the meteorites. And because they're meteorites, they're not as textured as, say, you would get on something like, say, the Wonder Woman Prime 1 Hydra, which I also have. It's got better texture, but they're like rocks on Earth, where these are meteorites. So you should expect something like this for meteorites. It's immediately not as good as Wonder Woman's Hydra, but it's not bad. It's not too bad. They are meteorites. This one does have this little fella here. Forgive me, but I can't remember his name. I'm not a Green Lantern fan, so I'm not sure what his name is. But he looks good. The detail on him is pretty good. It does look like fur, little squirrel. His land doesn't light up. I think you can understand why. Something that small would be a bit hard to get batteries in there to light it up. And as it is, there's already got too many batteries and light up features in it. I know a lot of you don't like light up features. I am one also that don't particularly like light up features. They have their place. These resin bits here, they don't light up. Again, for obvious reasons, it'd be a bit hard to get them to light up. More engineering, more time, more money, means you have to spend more money. You can see the muscle culture on his body is pretty spot on. And that green metallic paint, that really lights up. I know the lighting in here isn't very good, but there's not anything I can do about that for you guys, I'm sorry to say. And his portraits, he comes with 4 portraits. This one is my favourite. I think this one goes with the pose. His screaming portrait. Very good teeth and tongue. I don't know if I can get in there or not. The details are very good, which is you come to expect from Prime 1. Their teeth and tongues details pretty spot on nowadays. And the hair, that's not bad at all. Pretty good. If I swing the camera over here, you see the other 3 portraits. All of them are very good. I prefer the screaming one simply because it does suit the pose of the statue a lot better. The grinning one, yeah, doesn't suit it at all. It's good, but it just doesn't suit the pose. It's a nice to have, I suppose, but not something I will use, and I think it'll be staying in the box. The grimacing one's the second best in my opinion. That's very good, but I'll be sticking to the screaming one. So these 3 will probably be staying in the box. But not bad. Not bad overall. The statue, I can't remember, I think it was 34 or 35 inches tall, so she's a tall one. You're going to need some space for this one if you want to get it or are getting it. The weight, I'm not sure the weight is in American pounds, but in Australian kilos. It's about 12.5 kilos, I think, something like that. Whatever that is in pounds. Now I've turned the lights on for you and closed the curtains. It's the best I can do because it is during the day. That's the lantern ring is on. You can see the light, if I can get it there. See the light there. And his chest light up feature. That's something I need to say too. As I said before, one of the negatives of the statue is that light up feature in the chest. As I think it was on Gem Mint's channel as well. That is a pain to get to. It's inside the torso. You have to take the torso off. There's a little battery pack in there. You got to turn the switch. And to get to that, turn it on and then put it back on. The torso, I mean, back onto the bottom part of the statue is a pain. It really is annoying. I know it's actually, even though I'm being very careful, the polystone that the torso is made of, it's actually a bit of crumbling going on the inside where the pin goes into the torso, because you're constantly taking it in and off, on and off, to turn that light on and off. So that design is not good. But as long as you're careful and you don't use that light up all that often or at all, you should be good. This isn't so bad. So the batteries go on the bottom. There's a little bottom, I don't think you can pick that up, but there's a little bottom compartment in there. You put the button batteries in there. That isn't too bad. You can get to that. Say the same with the arm. The arm comes off pretty easy. Still a bit of a pain, but nothing compared to that torso one. And of course the base light up feature. That actually goes all the way around. I know he's not probably getting the detail. What I'll do is turn the lights back on, see if that makes it better for you. Yeah. Unfortunately, this room isn't particularly great for reviews, but it's the best I can do. I'm not rich, so very limited space. So I'm hoping you're picking all this up. Yeah, as I said, those meteorites do lack some detail, but they are meteorites, so you shouldn't expect them to have the kind of detail on them that a rock on Earth would have. It's pretty easy to put together, once again, except for that torso. As you can see, it comes in two gigantic boxes. Well, one very big box and one, I suppose, medium to large size box. One of the things I should mention too, it doesn't come with a power lead. They don't include that lead there. They don't include it. And considering the amount of money you're paying for it, I think they should, but they're not. So that's not good. So you have to buy that separately, so that's more money. And obviously the button batteries too, particularly here in Australia. Australia has big laws just about on everything now. Like, you can't import button batteries, you've got to buy them separately, which is not a huge deal, just a bit of a pain. The colours here you can see, pretty bright. It's not bad. Maybe because of the black in the lighting here, you can't really see it very well. But you do have some detail there. I can't say texture. It's not exactly texture, but it's detail there. These resin parts, or I think they're PVC, I think they're PVC. They're pretty sturdy. I think it's, this one here goes down along beside his face. You've got to be careful of that one. when you're changing the batteries or turning on and off with a ring, that can knock the portrait, or you can even snap that off if you're not careful. They do say that in the instructions. I didn't get the instructions from Prime One. It was not in the box. I have contacted Prime One about that, and they emailed me some electronic instructions, across email for it. Considering the amount of money I paid for this, it's not particularly happy, but what can you do? Yeah, that screaming portrait, that's the one. It goes well with the pose. As I said, I'm not a huge Green Lantern fan, so I couldn't tell you the history of the character. The reason why I bought it is because I've got a 1/3 DC collection I'm building. And you can't have a DC collection without Green Lantern. That peg in the foot that goes into his base, that's pretty sturdy. There's no complaints there. You're not going to have any leaning issues, I don't think. They've made that pretty tough. I said again, it was probably the third time I said it, that torso though. It's a sturdy peg, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to like break or fall apart or anything. It's just taking it on and off to get of that battery inside. Constantly taking on and off, it is actually damaging the peg socket inside, even though I'm being careful as I can be. I have noticed when you're taking that on and off, you actually need to lean it, remember, backwards or forwards a bit to get that peg into the hole so it slides down. And I think that's what's causing the crumbling. Well, crumbling's a bit of a harsh word, not crumbling, a bit of flaking, I suppose you'd call it, inside. So I think Prime One should have rethought the way they designed that. I think maybe they should have had a power cable maybe going up through the leg that jacks into the main power of the base. It then goes up to the chest here. I think that may have been a better design option. Now I've placed in the smiling face. As you can see, it's okay. It's not bad. But it doesn't go with the overall pose that he's doing. So it won't be one that I'm using. I've also swapped out the squirrel. That little spare rock goes in where he usually goes. It's easy enough, that one. And this one's the, what would you call this? The straight looking face. Not really much expression going on. Once again, not too bad, but not something I'll use. That screen face is a lot better. There's nothing wrong with the details, the hair, the skin tone. Now I know on this camera, well, my phone camera, it may not be coming up very well. It's coming actually a bit light, a bit white. Trust me, it doesn't look like that. Not in real life, it's more of a skin colour. It's just my camera. So don't worry about the skin tone, it's spot on. That hair, they're all the same when it comes to the hair, no difference. You see in the light there the shine of the metallic green. It is an eye catcher. So that is Prime One's Green Lantern. For now, I'll probably be putting him back in the box. So I'm actually lacking space at the moment. So when I get some more space, I'll put him out with the rest of the statues. At the moment you can see in the background there, Ivy and Harley there. Don't mind the model tanks. I have the Prime One's Penguin coming as well, whenever that rocks up. So my DC collection is growing, and my space is diminishing, as I think everyone has the same problem. When that comes in, I may do a review of that. I don't think Chris needs a review because Eric has already done one, a very good one. So watch his video on that one. But I'm looking forward to that. And that's Green Lantern from Prime 1. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a good one. See you later.